started in middle school. And so I think just having that, like being around art all the time, it was something I would just gravitate towards. This is kind of my happy place. I like to be messy. I like when I can't touch any technology because my hands are so dirty. My name is Janelle Shoemake. In the studio, people call me Bee, and I'm a potter. I found that as our society is like more accepting of neurodivergence, I've really kind of allowed myself to understand that I really like working with my hands. And so this just allows me to like mind, body, and spirit all come together, and I can just like be thinking about what I want to be making, and also just kind of sometimes the clay will just talk to you and let you know what it's gonna be.
Once I saw this space and how much light there was and how beautiful the space is, I felt like, okay, I can really envision this to be a very unique pottery studio. I taught my first class the day after Father's Day, and we had 3 students in the class. I would say June and July, things were a little bit slow, but then word started spreading. By the holiday time, it was bustling in here. My name is Jen Netzley, and I'm one of the owners here, along with Michelle. Michelle found this space, and I was sort of 50-50 on if I really wanted to open a pottery studio, to be honest. I'm the potter, and she's like the business person, but she really had this vision, especially after the pandemic. We really wanted to create a space where people could sort of come back into the community, and we really wanted to create a space where people could be with each other and not necessarily need to be engaging in conversation or engaging in one-on-one activity together, but more like, okay, you can just come here and keep to yourself and make a bunch of art, or you can spend time talking with other people and really like making some connections.
I think what's cool about pottery and what I really appreciate about this space is that everyone has a different style. People do things differently, and all of it is celebrated. There's so many different ways that you can create any of this art that it's fun to be in a studio space like this and see all of these different artists with their different styles, and some have 30, 40 years of experience and some are brand new.
One of our members says here, pottery is cheaper than therapy. So I realized over time the importance of how you can use this sort of practice as a way to develop your own self-care program. Now that like mental health awareness is like much more like out in the open, it's something that I, in my classes, I'm always sort of bringing into the conversation. Hands-on clay time really like draws you into a more like meditative and quiet sort of time when you're not going to be necessarily on a device or something. We're all getting so much more out of this than the things that we create.
It's really, really rewarding to be able to start with a little ball of clay and then end up with something that has function and, you know, provides a home for a plant or dinner plates to eat off of. You know, I'm always making functional work.
Making pottery isn't about being good or bad. So I try to take the like dichotomy of good and bad off the table right away and just provide a space where adults can be creative and have fun. And that's one of our mottos, is come play with clay. Express yourself in a way that's good to your mental health and good for your, you know, it's good for our brains.
Life lesson is don't get attached to anything. Everything's either gonna break, be broken, you know, it's not gonna turn out how you want. In the kiln, all of your glaze is gonna like fall off, or it'll get stuck to another piece. Or like the worst tragedies are always gonna happen to the pottery that you love the most. And so just don't get attached to anything. Like if you don't like what happened to it, then you just make another one. You make a better one.